You know, it's funny. If you order like a $15 pizza on your phone, you can track it right down to the exact intersection.
Oh, yeah, literally watching the little car icon turn the corner on the map.
Exactly.
Okay.
But you ship a $30,000 car across the country, and historically it just vanishes into this logistical black box. You hand over the keys to a stranger and basically just cross your fingers that it shows up.
Right. It's the ultimate blind leap of faith. I mean, we expect total transparency for our takeout, but accept total darkness for one of our most valuable assets.
Yeah, it makes no sense. So that's why for today's deep dive, we're decoding the chaotic world of automotive logistics. We're looking at sources covering RunBuggy, which is a B2B platform moving cars at scale for dealerships and fleets, and RunBuggyOne, which is their consumer marketplace.
Right. And our mission today is really to give you the insider knowledge you need to transport a vehicle safely without, falling victim to hidden fees or scams.
And achieving that safety really starts with understanding who is actually moving your car. Because the sources highlight this massive divide in the industry between direct carriers and brokers.
Yeah, that's a huge point of confusion. Traditionally, you are forced to choose between a limited number of direct carriers or, well, sketchy brokers.
I was actually reading about how traditional brokers operate, and it reminds me of trying to hail a cab, but instead of an app matching you with a driver, you pay a guy $10 to stand on the curb and yell your destination at passing cars.
That is a perfect analogy for what the industry calls a load board.
Wait, really? A
Uh,
load board?
yeah, it's essentially a digital bulletin board for truckers.
Yeah.
Because brokers don't actually own trucks, right? They just post your car to this board, hoping a trucker takes the job.
Ah, so they bait you with a low quote to get your deposit.
Exactly. And when no trucker accepts that artificially low rate, you just get hit with sudden price hikes right before your move.
Mhm.
If nobody takes the low price, you are just stuck.
Okay, so if the traditional broker is the guy yelling on the curb, how does a modern digital marketplace actually fix this without just doing the exact same thing behind a nicer website?
Well, it comes down to algorithmic pricing. The marketplace connects you directly to a network of over 17,000 vetted carriers, but the technology itself acts as the market maker.
Oh, I see. So it's instantly analyzing data to calculate a true price.
Spot on. Because the algorithm knows exactly what truckers are currently accepting, it can offer a fixed upfront price guarantee.
Okay, so the algorithm locks in my price, which is great, but price is only half the battle. Once my car is actually assigned, how does the physical transport justify that cost?
Right, so that really comes down to pure spatial economics. You basically have two choices. You've got open transport, where your car is on a trailer with several other vehicles, or you have enclosed transport.
Right, and pricing fluctuates based on distance, seasonal demand like snowbirds moving in autumn, but vehicle size is the real kicker, isn't it?
It really is. Think of a standard open transport trailer as real estate. If you ship a large SUV, it mathematically displaces a sedan on that trailer.
Oh, so the trucker loses a spot. You're basically paying the rent for that lost space.
You got it. And then you have enclosed transport, which usually carries like a 30 to 50% markup.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. If open is the economy option, I'm assuming that massive markup isn't worth it for, say, a standard daily driver Honda Civic, right? You're really just protecting against road dust.
Pretty much. You have to weigh the risk to reward ratio. I mean, open transport is highly secure. The exposure is no different than if you drove it yourself down the highway.
Right, whereas enclosed is a climate-controlled, insulated, white glove environment.
Exactly, making it a necessary premium for a vintage Porsche, but total overkill for a daily commuter.
Makes sense. And it seems like what's far more important for keeping costs down is upfront honesty, like, letting the platform know if your car is inoperable and needs a winch.
Oh, absolutely. That prevents the trucker from slapping you with hidden equipment surcharges on pickup day.
Which is huge. Nobody wants surprises for the driver. But what about surprises for the consumer? The sources mention the bill of lading, or BOL, as the absolute holy grail for protecting your asset.
Yeah, the BOL is critical. It is your legal contract, your receipt, and your proof of title during transit.
And digital platforms now use time-stamped digital inspections in their portals, complete with photos, right?
Right. That creates an indisputable record of the car's condition before and after shipping.
Okay, looking at our notes on delivery day, I see cash payments are a massive red flag. If a driver pulls up and asks me to Zelle them, I'm assuming that means they're trying to bypass the secure system.
Oh, that is the biggest warning sign. Legitimate platforms handle all payments securely through their digital portal. The price you see is the price you pay, no cash on the side.
Wow, okay. Good to know.
And the other major golden rule: never hand over your keys or accept a delivery if the driver's physical identity or license plate doesn't perfectly match what is in your tracking portal.
Because paperwork can be forged, but the digital ledger is secure.
Exactly.
That is such great advice. And a quick bonus detail for you guys listening. Some of these modern platforms offer affiliations. RunBuggy, for instance, offers military discounts and a flat 5% discount for AAA members.
It just shows that shipping your car doesn't have to be a stressful gamble anymore. By understanding transport types, bypassing those sketchy curbside brokers, and utilizing transparent marketplaces, you keep total control over your asset.
Yeah, we finally have a way to track that $30,000 car just as easily as the $15 pizza. Which leaves me with a final thought for you to mull over.
Oh, lay it on me.
If a digital marketplace can completely eliminate the sketchy middleman and the hidden fees in a market as notoriously chaotic as car shipping, well, I mean, what other incredibly opaque legacy industries are just waiting for a total transparency overhaul?